DesertFinancial.com. Blazers will roll out Damian Lillard, Gary Trent Jr., Derrick Jones Jr., Robert Covington, and Enes Kanter. For the Suns.
Yeah, the game after the All-Star break is normally the most excitable game. And so the Suns need to get ready for the stretch run. Every game is going to count here. And then against Damian Lillard, and they did it in the last ball game, great opportunity there for DeAndre Ayton early, is they extended their defense on Damian Lillard. I just think you have to be careful to do it too much because Damian Lillard, if you remember, in I think it's the third quarter, really picked the Suns apart, getting his team layups consistently.
Here is Covington, tough drive, good finish. The true 3-and-D guy is Book. Tries enough for that mid-range, can't connect. This is a Portland team that Booker in his 16 career games has played extremely well against, as Lillard putting on a three-point shooting clinic.
He's such a threat because if you overextend too much, he'll go right, and he'll go right past you. So if you're Mikal Bridges, you have to honor him even though he's so far out.
His all-star appearance Sunday.
Well, Devin would have been on the other team anyway, so I guess I was just off my rocker with that statement.
Bridges on the drive and punt.
I think it's just carried over to a high point now.
Trent Jr. taking a tough contested three. Kanter inside, and that's the big body.
On Kanter, that's the one downfall. He cannot defend that well, so he doesn't have to worry about really being guarded tightly.
Here is Covington on the drive, drops it off in traffic to Kanter, who quickly gets.
When he gets the ball, he is as tough as they come.
Only player in the league this season with a 20-20 game. Shooting better than 70% is Paul driving a baseline, and nobody picks him up. Quick. It's a Portland team, 11-6 on their home floor. Paul finds that baseline look again.
He puts the
Blazers. Here's Paul, takes the open three. And Trent Jr. shooting slump over the last several games. And there for Covington.
I guess if you're a member of the Blazers and Damian Lillard's taking half-court shots, he can't say anything to you if you take one from 25 feet.
Ties it up at 13. Second of 3 meetings between these two teams. Next one will be in mid-May. Benchmark is Robert Covington at 6'7", and he's got 39 blocks on the season. And Covington has been on a shot-blocking tear over the last 9 games as D8 runs the floor. This is not a Portland team that passes the ball a lot, as Kanter again wrestles it away and gets the...
They don't want to get into a long-winded three-point contest with Portland because I think they can get to the rim, they can get layups, they can get all kinds of shots against this defense because they have no shot blocker.
How about the beautiful over-the-shoulder flick from Book?
Although he gets the nice bounce there.
As we said, the three-point shooting, he's at 26% over the last several games. Takes a high percentage two-point shot there to give Portland a 3-point lead. Blazers won 7 of the last 8 on their home floor as Cameron Payne.
I mean, dealing with the injuries that he's dealt with early this year, we know what the young man can do. He's proven it to us.
Crowder trying to jam Lillard on the drive. Gets coming up with that same effort once as the offensive paying dividends here early for the Blazers.
I think they feel like that's where they can get an advantage on the Suns. And you think about it, when you want to stop a team from really beating you with their strength, and that's the speed and quickness, you attack.
Down to 3, cutting into that 5-point lead, the biggest thus far of the night. Here's Rodney Hood on the floor now for the Blazers. Lillard cutting back door. Nice recovery by Payne, but Hood gets in.
One of those players where he's returned from an Achilles injury as well, and he has looked good.
2 minutes in the quarter.
Book has played so far in the entire opening quarter as Cameron Payne knock it out. Another offensive rebound sets up Hood for the open look. Carmelo Anthony inside of the putback.
In there for the Suns every time. You take note of that. Dario's the only purple jersey in the paint. I don't know if the Suns should fear Portland getting a rebound and trying to run a fast break.
And it's becoming a significant advantage. His pregame routine, and I know you being a creature of habit and a shooter and scorer yourself, sometimes marvel at the way guys go through their pregame warm-ups.
Yeah.
As a no-look dish inside of the cutting Nader.
Yeah.
Moore, tough drive. Can't get the Euro to go down. Suns banging around, just having a hard time getting a rebound. So far, Portland has had the upper hand on the glass, out-rebounding Phoenix 21-11. Simons connects.
163 attempts already this year, and that is third highest on the team.
Paul in a tough drive, can't get it, sets up the run out for Gary Trent Jr.
That would have been really a bad kiss.
Yeah. Kiss that results in stitches is never a good kiss. Sharic's backing down, sets up CP3 with the open look, knocking down the tweeter. Bridges has it. McHale, tough drive, can't get it, stays with it with a much needed.
He would not have gone 1-on-2, but he thought he had the advantage, and if he missed it, he felt he could get the rebound.
Yeah, and that's really been the key, EJ. You said it. Key more often than not now.
See, that shot was an afterthought for him, and he should have taken that shot 2 seconds before he took it. And, you know, you're wide open, DeAndre. Take that shot. You're more than capable of making it.
Simons on the drive, being harassed by Cameron Payne, but
well, doing to the Suns what the Suns do to a lot of teams, and expect the Suns to eventually get hot from three, as they do.
Book, like a late.
Add to that an Uber and put a sandwich in there for him if he wants it.
Nice cut from Book. Able to take. Here's Simons all alone. Ayton with a much-needed rebound for the Suns. Bridges cutting. Gets the payoff.
This young team could do something special. And lo and behold, he has them up at a high level in regards to leadership, management of the game, the storytelling, the just relentless teaching during the course of a game. Toward the basket and pulling up for a jumper to get his rhythm because he's struggling. He went sideways and he continues to struggle from three. A favor to the Suns.
Tough pass, a little inside out with a big man to the point guard. Lillard now with a dozen. Good Bubbleman sets up Bridges with the open look. Knock it down. I beg your pardon. He was shooting 38% from beyond the arc. The last 14 shooting 52% as Bridges runs the floor.
And gave him a softball. He still can't put it in. I'm telling you. Hope that continues.
Chance to tie or take the lead. Final 15 seconds of the half. CP3 with
as soon as he crosses the other side of the court, it's like he's the biggest monster going.
Cantor, another offensive rebound.
Contest, you win.
Bridges with a pretty drop-off pass to Booker. Can't get it. In minutes, rebounds, blocks this season. Just Paul in a pull-up, won't get it. DA with a rebound and a putback. Paper to Phoenix, February 22nd. Book with a pull-up, can't get the roll. Suns run a double team now at Lillard. Sets up Covington straight away, three. Hold. And Little had 18 points off the bench. Of course, the Suns running away in that game, so Little got a lot of time in that second half. Paul in a drive, drops off to the cutting DA. Gets inside. Baseline, get the tip in. 2-point Portland lead here. Covington with 3 threes, puts it on a floor. Lillard turns the corner, gets right inside, but too strong with that one. But another offensive rebound for the Blazers.
Got to force him to help.
Nice defense by DA, just better has more. So you know, and even when he starts the quarter cold, we've seen far too often, you give him 2.5 or 3 minutes and he can do some damage.
Yeah, because this is the first game back. I mean, he might not get a lot of rest. And so the Suns have to know that as well.
Nice cut.
Fortunate that young man's off.
DA able to get deep post position, but that one's stolen away by Covington.
He caught it, but then he didn't squeeze it. And so you have to do two things in that situation. And how many times?
2 from deep. You got twice as many three-point attempts as the Suns do, but that is not uncommon. They attempt, on average, about 48 per game. Book able to get across. Hit that little being tied up. They run a little soft double team at him. Rising up from long range. Long offensive rebound to the hands a little.
That's a guard's rebound right there, and that gives him a...
Trent Jr. with a knockdown three. 2 of 8 now. Paul with a pull-up. Gets the bounce.
It's about stops. Have to stay in and rebound. 2 long rebounds that last possession.
And, of course, this has been one of the strengths of Phoenix all season long. They are number 2 in three-point shooting defense. Tough drive.
The Blazers have a lead. That guy, Damian Lillard, starts to just let go.
Yeah, second of 3 meetings this season. It's Payne tied up. Swing it around. Good ball movement. Sets up Crowder for the wide open look. And a little humility.
Yep.
Going to work on himself mentally, but more so physically. And understanding that there was still a lot left in the tank, but it was going to have to be a different type of Carmelo Anthony.
Well, I think,
with the drive and finish.
And I think he realized, too, K-Ray, that...
Yeah. Yes, little dribble hesitation. Stripped there. Goes down to the deck.
Yeah, that was a nice move. He just lost his footing.
Little trailing on the play. Gets
leader in Devin Booker and Chris Paul has helped. And they feel like they can win anywhere. And that's what we've seen.
Yeah, and I think oftentimes you'll hear a phrase coaches, players talk about defense travels. Book on the drive across the lane. Gets it up and in.
And I think that's when the Suns can seize their opportunity.
Jones Jr. able to get a hand on it. Booker trying to save it. Jones with a euro. Looked like Flat Stanley there as he squeezed through a keyhole.
Well, he's thin enough to do it.
Flipped it up and in. Makes it a 9-point advantage. Jones Jr. 13 now.
He just rocked Carmelo to sleep. A quick shot.
Payne sensing it. Can't get it. Dario on the follow. Little reverse. Slightly. Second team foul on the Suns.
And that's the key, right? Suns not in foul trouble here in the quarter.
Catch and shoot deep three from Trent Jr.
Get hot. We know this.
Yeah.
And he's a scary guy out there. He's the alternative to Damian Lillard.
Paul on the drive, crosses him up, kicks it out to Crowder for the open three-point look. Rattles it in from deep.
Stays in tune with the game. He'll go 2 minutes and don't get a shot, but he's ready to shoot it when he gets the opportunity.
35 bench points. Cantor, nice little
shoot, but they're afraid to shoot in certain situations. Crowder never afraid.
Booker able to get the pin down, takes it up.
Might force Terry Stotts into calling the timeout. They can knock this one down.
Crowder had the open look, passes it up, finding Booker, fires for 3, cash in.
Okay, all right, let's see how that looks. As they try to peel you off the floor.
Book flares out for Devin Armani Booker.
In a professional manner, right? Not the 33 we were used to a few years ago, where we knew he was going to get 33 because he was so aggressive in shooting.
Nice backdoor cut from Jones.
Combination of lack of respect that they're going to pass you the ball and taking your eye off of the guy that you're guarding. And Cam Payne cannot allow that to happen.
Booker drawing the double team. Finds Bridges, who had the big first half, who finds Dario inside.
Well, that was tremendous because it turned into an efficient machine scoring the ball. It's professionalism at its finest and how he's dissected defenses on how methodical he has become to get 30.
On the drive and kick, sets up Crowder for the wide open look, who deposits it.
And now the Blazers were destroying the Suns from the 3, all right, early in this game. Suns did not do what, K-Ray? They didn't buy into it.
Paul crossing up Anthony, leaning back.
Chris was known to be on the banana boat with Carmelo. He's trying to take him to the prom on that move.
Here's Lillard. Cross half court. You have got to check him.
That's what I'm saying. But the cushion the Suns have built kind of takes Lillard out of the equation.
Dario with a couple of pump fakes, leans in.
Going to do here as we get toward the second season.
Lillard on the drive, off the mark, up ahead to Bridges, streaking to the basket. And well, that's what I think, a lot of people will be intrigued by is how this team handles the second half. Because as you know from your playing experiences, EJ, the second half becomes a whole different animal because teams see the clock ticking on the playoff window.
Yeah, it's going to ramp itself up, and teams are starting to understand and respect the Suns, and that means the Suns got to play a little extra harder in order to secure wins because they're going to treat them as one of the upper echelon teams, as rightly they should.
Be sure and stay with us. Abdul Nader will be our post-game guest coming up as Trent